I'd never been challenged to study, and I never had to. And so at Chattanooga, in City High School, I never learned to take notes. I never took books home with me. It just all was up here. So when I got here, I saw these people taking, and I thought I could do it, and I flunked my first 7 quizzes. That was a wake-up call, yeah. And I remember standing one evening after I'd walked out of a quiz and I knew I didn't do well, and looking up at the tech tower and said, I don't think I'll be here. And at the same time I said, you know, my parents have worked so hard to get me here, I'm not going to disappoint them. Yeah. So I talked to somebody about what should I do, and they said, well, take your worst course and get a tutor, and that was chemistry. And so I got a tutor who's a wonderful faculty member who was very thoughtful, and I actually made a C in that course. Tutoring helped, but he helped me learn to study. So I think I made a 2.6 or something that first term. I saw other classmates of mine flunk out. So why didn't I? And one of the reasons was I had great parents, and I felt an obligation to them. Yeah. And you know, I was kind of insulted because I figured I was a smart kid, and I said, this is ridiculous. I was a competitive kid, and it aggravated me that Georgia Tech put me in this boat. Yeah. And so I began to learn to study and do well. Yeah, and I think the kids who came in and they'd gone to military school or they'd gone to private school, and they did so well in the beginning, a lot of them flunked out later because they didn't really learn how to study. And those of us who went through that experience and were hardened by it and learned the right habits. And you know, I tell people at the end of my first year, and particularly at that point, I decided to go co-op. I had learned by then how to balance the discipline you needed in the classroom and the fun you could have at Georgia Tech.